It's a brand new week and you deserve something fresh.
Fa la 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 la.
That's all you're gonna get when it comes to the fresh tunes on a
Hey.
fresh Monday.
Monday.
What time is it?
We are. It doesn't matter what time is it on Monday because
It's the right time.
it's the right time to be sitting in the podcast. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Table Talk.
That's right.
We are your hosts for this morning, afternoon. Why would you be? Does anyone listen to this in the afternoon?
I would
like-
say maybe yes.
If you're eating lunch alone, don't
Let
have
us
any
know.
social interaction. Plug
we
it
are
in.
eating lunch with you.
We are eating lunch with you right now. Today
How have you been, MingH?
it's been a sleepy day.
Okay.
I've been good. Depending on what time of the day you hear this, it's been busy. Life has been interesting.
Yeah.
Can't say I'm complaining.
I just wanna
how
take
you-
a-
Wait, how have you been?
I don't know, man.
You can't just expect people
Yeah, it's true. You see, a lot of
without
people
answering
don't
your
do
own
that.
question. Yeah.
I'm so used to asking the question of how you are. Nobody asked me back the question. No?
So I think people might be thinking we're going to do a mental health question today. But how you been?
I've been struggling, man.
Wow.
I've just been, I don't know, there've been pockets in my day where I'm glazed and I don't know what's going on half the time. But
Sounds
I,
like you
I need a nap, dude. Like a 1 month nap.
Okay. But you know what helps glazing over?
Krispy Kreme.
K-pop.
Oh,
Did not see that coming.
Krispy Kreme.
I think the reason why you're glazing over is because of Krispy Kreme.
I don't have enough Krispy Kreme.
All right. Anyone out there who is like a health trainer, just hit us up. I think.
No, I do have a health trainer. His name is Joseph.
Yeah, but Joseph broke his legs.
He did. He's not recovering.
He can't really train many things right now.
Speaking of training,
Oh,
I think MingH already dropped. He let the cat out of the bag. Today we are talking about something that's close to my heart.
very much so.
I mean,
I'll be lying if I say it's close to mine.
it has its phases.
MingY pulled through a really rough time in his life because of this.
This was what kept me going.
He spent a very lonely 2 years in the outskirts of UK, and what really got him going through this was seeing girls dance and sing on screen.
And boys as well.
You know what
It
we're
doesn't
talking
help.
about.
It doesn't help if I say boys.
You guys know what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about the amazing phenomenon called
K-pop.
K.
And not just that, why K-pop actually works.
Yeah, I think a lot of people talk about K-pop. We're not here to educate you about which bands to hear.
I mean, besides Twice, I don't know what else you're talking about, man.
We can suggest, but why in the world?
Does K-pop work?
Yeah, and if you're listening in and you have no idea
What K-pop is.
what is, this is a great one for you to be relevant. Listen
Yeah.
in so you can talk to your friends about it.
No, for real. I think K-pop is a great it's a great icebreaker. It's a
And-
great conversation starter.
It has become big enough in this world. If you ignore this, I have
ignorant.
no words for you. It's as big as Hollywood. I would
It is.
feel,
It is as
right?
big as Hollywood. So if you have no idea what K-pop is, take a pause on the podcast. Just type in K-pop on Spotify or Apple Music, and
Yeah.
you're gonna find some crazy playlists.
I'm pretty sure Spotify has curated playlists for K-pop.
Yeah.
And K-pop does not just mean the boppy ones,
Yeah.
the girl groups.
It's not
There's
just that.
great jazz, there's great R&B.
Now we'll call it K-jazz though. I don't know.
I guess.
We'll go into that. So okay, before we continue with our discussion, for everyone who's listening, what is your first experience of K-pop? When were you first exposed to this phenomenon? Man, what was your do you remember your first?
Of course I remember because it was you who introduced the whole family to K-pop. They literally just, hey
No,
guys,
like that was second gen.
SNSD.
You were the first one to actually introduce K-pop to me.
I was
Rain.
actually watching J-pop.
Rain.
Oh yeah, but I was.
Yeah.
I guess I watched the video, but I
Yeah.
wasn't really following. It's more of
Let's
like, hey,
talk about
look
that.
at this.
No, so pre K-pop,
It's J-pop.
J-pop was massive.
Oh my god.
I remember J-pop was like in Malaysia at least. I don't know about you guys or anywhere else, but in Malaysia, Japanese
Japanese
culture
pop.
and Japanese stuff.
Actually, it wasn't even J-pop. It's J-rock.
J-rock.
J-rock was where it's at.
J-rock was where it's at because there was such a huge following for anime
Yeah.
and manga. So
Kind
I
of.
think we just kind of like the music.
Yeah, it kind of made sense for us to listen to J-rock because most of the cartoons openings all had J-rock in it. J-pop though, I remember the days where watch really
What was that called?
thin eyebrowed men
Yeah, that was really weird.
in boy bands.
No,
But
and then there was like what AKB48 and stuff like that,
AKB,
right?
the 48 girl group, yeah.
So we're not. I mean, J-pop is still around. It's still alive. It's still kicking.
It is.
But what swept over right after that in the maybe I want to say close to 2010.
the rise of the Wonder Girls,
Yeah,
right? That was a pivotal moment in the K-pop transitioning.
Yeah.
And we talk about K-pop today because compared to even Japanese pop or rock, K-pop has become a freaking phenomenon.
it's a staple, dude.
It's
here to stay.
a lifestyle now.
Yeah.
It's not a trend anymore, guys.
Yeah.
It is a thing. It is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
It is probably the only rival to the Billboard 10.
That I would say so myself.
Because it is huge. So what? But why does it work? Today we're going to be talking about why is it not what people have been saying. It's a phase. It'll go away. Why is it still here?
Okay, so let's kick off the podcast by saying I don't think it's just the music.
No.
Like I don't think music is. I mean, okay, some songs are great, but even for the favorite groups that I have, I'm very quick to admit some of the songs suck. Right?
I mean,
they're not amazing. Like
Not every day is Sunday.
they're not pulling out like freaking like Hans Zimmer kind of quality, right?
Right.
But I think it's the package that comes with the whole K-pop presentation. That's why people kind of stick to it. So my first experience with K-pop was, besides Rain, I was actually introduced to the world of K-pop in 2009 when the Wonder Girls had this song called Nobody.
Oh,
And everyone,
I would say everyone knows this.
everyone knows this
There's
song.
nobody who does not know the tune of it.
Yeah, it's cross-cultural. It's cross everything. And
That was virality in its purest
it
form.
was really weird for me because I was so used to listening to like Japanese music.
Yeah.
And so I would hear these new syllables and words that were so different. And I watched and I'm like, wow, these girls can dance and
Actually,
they
now
can
you
sing.
think about it, last time Korean sounded quite weird.
It sounded really
And
weird.
now everyone's like, oh, it's such a beautiful language.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I would say that the essence of why K-pop is amazingly huge is because it unlike what people think, it did not start in the 2000s. It started way before that.
Way
So
back.
it has a very big foundation in what Korea is. Let's blaze through some facts, right? The K-pop industry is made of three powerhouses. Three big powerhouses.
Not anymore.
I mean,
but
yeah.
in the
It
past,
used to.
in the past maybe 10 years.
There were three pillars of
There
the
were three
K-pop
pillars,
industry.
yeah.
Why don't you tell people about the three pillars?
So everyone knows them by the big three, and I think they came to power more so in like the 2000s. After
Towards the
2000s. There's this group there's a management company called YG.
People pretty much know Big Bang.
Big Bang 21.
21.
Now it's like Icon, Winner.
Blackpink.
Blackpink's now in YG as
So
well.
people don't know the holding company, but you definitely know the groups coming out of it. What
and
else?
then
Right.
second one is SM. SM
Ooh.
is everyone knows SM.
Yeah.
SM is such a big company.
This was probably the first big company.
yeah,
Because
they really did really well.
they pushed out Girls' Generation.
Girls' Generation, TVXQ, Super Junior,
Oh
XO,
my
FX.
gosh.
So many.
Timeless groups.
Right now, current favorite from SM has to be Red Velvet. Red Velvet is
Oh,
currently.
I didn't even know they were from SM.
Oh, surprise.
Okay, Red
And then
Velvet.
last but not least is
Big boy,
JYP.
JYP on
So,
top of his game right now.
JYP is a very interesting one. He had Rain.
Yeah.
And then he had 2 p.m., 2 a.m., Wonder
the
Girls.
Wonder Girls.
Everyone, Miss A.
And then he just didn't figure it out.
They
Like for a while.
disappeared for a while.
Yeah.
And now they have twice.
Oh
ITZY, Day 6,
my
got
Lord.
7.
What is
It's
something
pretty
happened in
nuts.
JYP?
Yeah.
And he figured it out.
Yeah.
So JYP, I personally, YG and JYP were the founding fathers of what the Western world, we're not the Western world, but what a lot of people know about K-pop. Because Rain was probably the first.
Yes, Rain was.
Even going back, Lee Hyori.
Lee Hyori,
Right.
she was in SM actually.
Oh, SM, okay.
If I'm not wrong, she
These-
was from
yeah.
a group called SM.
These guys are like the pioneers. Like Rain was this super muscular, good-looking guy compared to like all the J-pop
Right.
artists who could dance. Like
Who
he
could
could dance.
He
oh
was
my
amazing.
lord. He was the Neo of the K-pop world.
Yeah.
The Michael Jackson Neo. Like
To be honest,
NEYO.
prior to like Rain, right, all the best dancers were from America. And then suddenly you're like,
this
hey,
guy.
Asians can dance also.
Wow, he like gravity didn't apply to
Wow.
him, to be honest. And from there, I guess, but Rain didn't blow up like the Wonder Girls.
Yeah.
I would also say that in the timing of social media rising up, with the internet getting better,
It's Facebook,
it
man.
worked for the Wonder Girls.
Friends and Facebook pushed Wonder Girls.
Yeah, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was history, and people know K-pop because of these amazing people.
Okay, quickly coming back to the three companies that we're talking about. So the reason why, or the reason how K-pop works, Korean pop, for everyone who's still in the dark about it. These companies, when we refer to them, they're not just management companies for the groups, right? I think the whole K-pop environment and atmosphere, is founded upon a system which has been in place for years and is still in place.
Yeah.
And it surprisingly works. So what happens is that these three companies and other companies, what they do is they scout young talents from a young age.
Like really young.
Like below 10 years old, like 5, 6, 7 years old, they're scouting talents and they get these kids to come in and audition. They dance, they sing, they act. And from there, these companies decide to invest into this young child.
Their talents.
Right? And this is essentially how the K-pop industry works. Because what they do is that they invest money and time and training into a child in hopes that in a couple of years,
10 years time?
in 7-10 years time, this child will be ready to be a K-pop idol. And the word idol here, I think people still don't really know how it's being used.
Right.
But the term idol in K-pop refers to a performer who sings or dances and is part of a K-pop group.
Yeah, it's not anything religious to do with
Yeah,
shrines
it's
and
not
stuff.
like you don't pray. I mean, a lot of people actually pray to them.
So as compared to the Western industry where bands are self-made, you know, you perform on your own. There's no formal training.
Yeah.
You just pray to God and play a show and hope someone sees you and you get signed. K-pop is extremely structured.
It's systematic. It's crazy.
And it's almost like a factory of training and churning
That's
out. Yeah, it is super disciplined.
Yeah. In 2012, the Wall Street Journal reported that the cost of training one of these idols, at least one of these idols under a company such as SM Entertainment. So think back to Girls' Generation, anyone from like Taeyeon to Jessica to Sunny, right? They would average a cost of $3 million USD
Per person.
per person. So if you have 9 girls,
Oh my
you got to
God.
spend 27 million USD on their training and they become K-pop idols, right? But the minute they take off,
The minute they take off.
that pays back real fast, man.
Like I would say the current cash cow for the K-pop industry is either Twice
It's
or
Twice and Blackpink.
Blackpink.
Yeah.
Like Twice, nine
BTS,
girls.
sorry.
9 girls, right?
9
Yeah.
girls. Blackpink's got 4.
And then we're not even talking about the boy groups yet.
My gosh.
Like EXO, BTS,
BTS.
GOT7. Like these guys, basically they've already signed their lives away.
Yeah, basically. So that was actually another point that we want to talk about, right?
Right.
I think we're going back between the what it is and kind of like just the insights about it. Everyone wants to be a K-pop star today.
Yeah, but you guys are already losing out.
Yeah. Because number one,
These kids have 10 years on you.
yeah, these kids have 10 years on you. And also, like, if you start looking at it, like, essentially it's Korean pop, right?
Yeah.
But then a lot of non-Koreans are jumping into the whole K-pop industry.
gosh, there was this
and there are there
Korean
are like
group.
white groups, there are Malaysian K-pop groups,
yeah,
there are
yeah, yeah.
Indonesian K-pop groups, and all
Yeah.
these people want to jump in because it's
Yeah.
such a attractive lifestyle. But like
Right.
what you just said, the minute you actually sign with one of these companies, you're essentially
You sign
signing your life away.
Yeah. Back when it was the second generation of K-pop.
Yeah.
All right. So just to give you guys a small reference, we are listening to the third generation of K-pop, which is Blackpink, BTS, Red Velvet, GOT7. The first generation are people that you don't even know. Probably you don't even know. You know.
Some lah. You probably know some.
Yeah, I mean, JYP, the founder of one of the groups, comes from a group called, oh good lord, Seo Taiji and Boys.
Yeah, that's YG. That's not JYP.
Oh, sorry, no, YG.
Yeah.
Even JYP was a solo performing artist,
Yes,
and
he
these
was,
guys
yeah.
were like considered first gen. But I remember when it was second gen, this was the era of Big Bang.
So second gen started about 2000, 2001, 2003.
Yeah, 2000-ish, the early
Yeah.
2000s. I knew a group called Brown Eyed Girls and 2
Brown Eyed
a.m.
Girls, yeah.
And it was a very big thing in the industry to have like dating reality shows.
Yes,
because when you sign your life to these guys, they literally control even the relationship aspects of your life.
Correct.
You are not allowed to date.
Correct.
You're not allowed to do anything because they want to preserve your image of single idol. Right?
Yeah.
And that kind of brings in even more male or female fans.
Yeah.
It is crazy. The contracts, I mean, it's gotten better now.
There's
the
been a
contracts
lot of lawsuits,
were
man.
insane.
So let's talk about why we think it works. Like there's this. So for me, when I started to jump into the rabbit hole of K-pop, the first group I kind of looked at was Wonder Girls, but then they didn't have many songs. They went to the US. I started my journey in 2010 with SNSD, Girls' Generation, right? And what it was that I started listening to their songs, but they only have so many songs, right? They don't have like you can't like listen to it over and over and over again. They're not those kind of songs. Like I think my style of music, I could listen to like our friends like Cesare, Charlie Lim, Willows, Sek Hao, and like that's kind of music I'll listen to. But I don't know if I would have them on repeat like G and Tell Me Your Genie. Like I don't know. I wouldn't listen to that.
Because it's too poppy.
It's too poppy. It's way too poppy.
It's like eating sugar like 3 hours in a row.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Okay.
So what worked for me and why I decided to stay on and how I got caught up with this is that the Koreans they're genius, right?
Yeah.
Entertainment in Korea still revolves heavily around television.
Yes.
Like their television networks are so strong with KBS and SBS and all these channels that there's so much content that's made especially for the Korean people.
Yeah.
So what they do is that when you are a K-pop idol, you don't just operate in the music realm. You have to do your rounds on TV shows, on variety shows, in movies,
Yeah, and you know that you're a big group if you hit certain variety shows, i.e. Running Man. Nobody in this planet should not know what Running Man is. It is one of the best, personally think, one of the best written game shows of all time.
It is genius.
Because these guys, right, if you're talking about, no, there are better game shows. Show me a game show which is in the hundreds of episodes right now. And continually give amazing games, unique games every single episode.
And so it's variety shows like Running Man and Happy Together and Invincible Youth, all these shows that take K-pop idols who you see on stage or in like music videos and they put them in very relatable situations for their personality to show.
Maybe that's one of the big factors why K-pop works is because they have a very big appreciation, a local appreciation for their local talent.
Correct. It's true.
It works because everyone in Korea wants to watch Korean stuff.
That's right.
And they want to not just watch, wow, you're a good artist, I can't wait to see you in a movie. Oh, you're a good singer, I can't wait to see you on a variety show.
Yeah.
And the entertainment industry encourages that because they just cycle the talents around because it makes money for everyone.
It does.
Oh my gosh, your music artist is great. Come to my show. My show will get them even more viewers because it's not a music show, and you get paid.
Yeah.
And it's just an amazing ecosystem. Like I think K-pop works first because it first works in their country itself.
Yeah. I think when you look at it, right, you're not selling music per se. You are selling personality.
Yeah, you're selling like made up personality.
Yeah, made up personality,
Quote, unquote, personality.
or what we see on the screen is who they're supposed to be, right? And that's how K-pop actually works.
Yeah.
K-pop sells you an image or this identity of a person that makes you fall in love with them. So for me, it was at that point of time, I was in love with SNSD. I love who they were on screen. I'm like, oh, they're so dorky, they're so funny when they're not singing, right?
And SNSD, compared to what the Western groups do with 5 or 3 girls, just in case you didn't like one of them, they had 8 more girls to choose.
You had 9 girls to choose from. If you didn't like their style or the way that they were like funny or anything,
and there are
right?
actually specific roles in each. For each of the girls in the group, just in case you didn't like one of them.
So there's like leader, there's vocalist,
there's always
1,
a leader.
2. There is dancer, 1, 2.
Correct.
Then there's the visual one who is like in charge of being pretty.
Literally no talent but looking pretty.
Just needs to look pretty. And then there's the funny one.
And then now got rappers.
And now there's rappers.
Yeah.
So like you could see even in the way that if you look at any K-pop group structure or bio on the internet, they will have these titles next to their name.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it's like a menu where you can have a different pick of anything.
Yeah, and they're smart because from season to season, they swap the roles around and they highlight different girls. Case on point, Twice is the most successful at this.
Yeah.
Because it's not just
9 girls, man.
Yeah, it's not just a success to find these roles. It's a success to find these roles and the girls look good.
Yeah.
Twice is a very rare group that they have personality, looks, and talent nailed down each member.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like the amount of training and auditioning that they had to go through.
Yeah.
Wow.
That being said, I mean, we're not. I think K-pop groups. I'm going to be very objective here. As much as I love them, K-pop groups are not as. They're not skilled musicians. A vast majority of them are not skilled musicians.
They are just trained.
Yeah, they're just trained
something.
To maybe some of them are good singers.
Yeah.
Right. Like Rose or Jennie from Blackpink. Like those girls are really good singers. Hyolyn is an amazing singer.
The Beyonce.
But then there are people like Bora, who's just pretty and can dance. She can't really sing. She can kind of rap, right? And we're calling it out, but I gotta be objective. I know that there are members in Twice who don't sing very well live.
Yeah. Obviously, like Zuyu.
She's okay.
She's okay, but she's not great.
She's not like Jihyo or Nayeon, right? So here's the thing. Because maybe we are also kind of like doing entertainment in some sense. I love to be objective about K-pop, and even though a group that I like comes up with a new song that isn't good, I know that it's not good, but I also know that I have a higher love beyond the song. It's about loving the image. It's about loving the personalities. That's why we enjoy it.
K-pop works because they have developed the fandom beyond the song.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of people who will love them and die for them no matter what.
Correct.
Because their export is not music.
It's not.
It is the whole package.
It's all the
and that is crazy.
So if you look at it right, how K-pop works is that they will come back with a song. A lot of times, not like Western artists. Western artists come back with a full album. Right?
Yeah, and all they gotta do is like sell a song.
Yeah. In K-pop, they come back with like one main song, their title song, and then they have maybe like a 4-track EP.
Yeah.
Which is pretty weird, but that's what they do. They have this thing called comebacks. And what happens is that the girl or guy groups will come back and they'll do a song for a couple like 6 weeks or 5 weeks, and then they'll disappear. You won't see them. You'll probably see them on like variety shows or performing at like different events, but they won't have anything new per se until a quarter of a year later, half a year later.
And then suddenly they appear again and their look
with a brand new look.
Totally different.
And then it's a new concept. So maybe they could have been doing something cutesy. This time it's a bit more adult, more edgy, right?
It's very tailored.
They know what they're doing.
None of this is by accident or like, I
not,
feel like dyeing my hair blue tomorrow.
No.
It is
They know.
calculated step.
Yes.
So again, K-pop works because none of this is by accident.
Yeah.
It has been planned. The minute they're like, okay, you know what? We're going to put you into this group. You're going to be here. In the next 5 years, this is going to happen over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th year. And you're going to be in this role and this role. We're going to do this. They have gotten entertainment down to formula.
Yeah.
And it is working.
So, like, if we talk again about the personality, like selling personality, right?
Even personality is a formula.
Even personality is a formula.
Oh
like they
gosh.
have beyond the functional roles in groups, there are also like secondary function in girl groups and boy groups,
like
right?
what?
So for example, in Twice, Jonghyun, her title is girl crush.
Oh.
She is made to be the girl crush
of the girls.
for girls,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because
I
she's
get
a
it,
bit more colder, she's a bit more, edgy, right?
Right.
But that's her secondary role in the branding department, right?
Right.
And so even a group like, for example, okay, I'm going to turn it back a little bit. In 2000 and I want to say early 2010s, right? The start of this decade, there was a group called 2AM. And these are 4 Korean men who have incredible vocal skills. These guys are basically a Korean Il Divo.
Yeah.
They sing ballads, and ballads, you don't really dance much, right?
Yeah.
But I think what made them really shine wasn't just their vocal skills or anything of that they're performing. Because you know, you sing ballads, how exciting can you get?
I mean, think about Westlife.
Yeah, they're cool. I love
cool,
them, but
that's it.
How can I love them more?
Correct.
Right?
How you love them as a
that
person.
is what JYP did to plant their members of 2AM into variety shows.
Yeah, I would say that he intended to just do that, but things took a turn for the even more extreme.
Correct.
When one of the members personally loved this guy as well. His name is Jo Kwon.
Yeah.
Nobody from 2020 variety era will not know him because he was called the god of variety as
He
well.
was the god of variety
This
shows.
is a ballad singer, probably the best singer in the group.
I think he actually is. Yeah.
Like, he is perfectionist singing level, but he was the variety
he was the most
king.
ratchet.
Yeah.
member.
He was even before oh my gosh, who's the tall guy? Running Man.
Guangzhou.
Ah.
Yeah, this guy was Guangzhou, man.
This was the king of variety before Guangzhou.
Yeah.
And it worked. For
did work.
some reason,
Yeah.
it worked, and JYP actually was not for it. Like, he was like,
he was
"Can
quite
you
worried
please
actually.
behave?
Because
Please behave."
there was this duality in the identity of Jo Kwon. He was on stage and in music videos and as 2AM, he was this classy,
Very proper.
very prim proper, very emotional man who would sing. But at the same time, in variety shows, he'd be screaming,
my gosh.
shaking his butt, you know, and just
But
like
people loved it.
it.
And any variety show he went to was
A great episode.
It was a hit immediately.
no joke.
I discovered so many variety shows because of him.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to watch anything he was in.
You see, so that is how it works, right? For
Correct.
you,
I just wanted to follow him.
because you like this guy.
Correct.
You want to see him on every other
I
platform.
didn't even care if he sang.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see because
Correct.
he was so good at it.
You see, so that I think that's a great case to kind of like note. He liked the singer, not just for his singing.
Yeah, I forgot about the singing after a while. And even when they stopped singing, I just kept following
You still
him.
kept, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best example of how personality is sold sells for K-pop groups, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we were kind of talking about how K-pop is such a phenomenon now, right? That it's a global thing. People are appreciating all over the world. You know, there are music, there are K-pop concerts happening in like South America, in Europe, in not just Asia, and so there's a demand for it. And we were just talking about this when we were thinking about this episode. That, you know, South Korea's biggest export besides Samsung is actually K-pop.
And here is the larger picture of why it actually works. Because when your country acknowledges singing and dancing as a product of export, you can bet your buns that they're going to be pumping everything they can into making sure this works.
That's right.
That's why their K-dramas look amazing. That's why their music videos are insane. It's because the whole ecosystem, the economy works in the favor of people like
these
this.
human talents, right?
And the stark difference is like, look at where we are in Malaysia right now.
Our main export is petroleum and palm oil.
Yeah, and it is our industry, the industry of our creative industry, that is not even on that list of exports.
Yeah.
So if we've ever wondered why something isn't working in a country,
they're proud of it.
There are bigger things at play. We
There
are
is
really
definitely.
proud of our petroleum. One thing. That's why our Petronas ads have a lot of cash because
That's
it works.
true. That's
if you
true.
think about it, it's a lot about the bigger picture in the economy of a country. And in Korea, people don't aim to be doctors. People aim to be
singers,
idols
yeah.
and singers.
That's right.
If
That's right.
that is the social impact on the citizens.
That's a massive point
I mean,
because
whenever we go there, there's tons of music schools.
So there have been so many times Ben and I have been in an Airbnb in Korea.
Yeah.
And right next to our house or place, there are kids practicing in their
Piano
room.
and singing at night.
And they are amazing.
Yeah.
Right? There's so much pride when it comes to the human talent in Korea that they're looking at tourism and cultural entertainment to be the main export. So we've worked with the Korean Tourism Organization.
Yeah.
I've done some work with the Korean Embassy in Malaysia, and there is a very huge focus on actually sharing and spreading they call it the K wave, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just K-pop, it's K-drama, K-entertainment in general. And there's a very huge demand for it because the world has its eyes on Korea when it comes to entertainment. And I think it's for good reason too.
They're a standard.
They are a standard,
on their own. Like, no one even compares them to Hollywood at this point because they are just that different and that good.
Yeah.
But and we've not even talked about the movies yet. We've not even talked about series and
we've
dramas
not,
yet.
no.
We've not even started on variety shows even.
Yeah.
This is just the music scene.
Yeah.
And it's already like such a huge part of everything we know in entertainment.
Yeah.
it just gives, you know, you can't take K-pop on its own and say it's working because it's working. It is a whole system of things in place that makes it work. And it is not by accident. It is not like, oh, they just have a couple of viral videos. Psy was a big thing, that's why it's working. I'm like, no. It's not just that.
So for everyone who's listening to this, and you might be saying to yourself, I'm not a K-pop fan. I never will be, right? That's something I actually took as a personal challenge to two of my friends.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of people say that's to MingY.
Yeah.
Because he was one of the early ambassadors of K-pop in our circles.
Like, I have a lot of people who are like, I don't like K-pop, I'll never like it. And what I did was I have these two friends, okay? Their name is Derek and Joshua. And what happened was we were on for a bro trip, we were just hanging out. And I said, then they were like, hey Ming, why you keep listening to these like SNSD girls? Not nice also the song. And I'm like, bro, give me one night, right? And what I did was I took them through the journey that I went on. I didn't show them any music, right? I didn't show them any music. I showed them a 1-hour variety show, which they watched. I showed them like 20 clips on YouTube of the girls doing different things like in shows and variety shows. And by the end of that night, both of them were massive fans. Yep. They still hadn't listened to any music, mind you. Yep. They only knew these girls who were like a part of a group. And the next day, they were listening to their own or to it on their own. And so like for me, I know for a fact that K-pop music, if you don't like it, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's the personality.
It'll get to you somehow. The music will be there.
It will. You will end up listening to their playlist on Spotify.
Yeah. I mean, it helps also. All of them are eye candy.
They are also pretty.
I mean,
and even the guys also. So
Korean
pretty.
industry, plastic surgery is top notch. Just saying. I mean, which also because it also caters to their export.
It does.
If it helps your export, of course, it's going to be a thing.
Yeah. You know, so we've talked a lot about how K-pop works as beyond just music, right?
Yeah.
How it's a package, how people...
It's really not just a song,
It's really
guys.
not, man. So if you guys are still listening to this and want to try for yourself...
why don't you build a playlist for them?
I might have to do a video playlist for you guys.
Build a Spotify playlist for them. And by the end of the playlist, maybe you'll find something.
Yeah.
Because even if like you're like me, right? If you like bands,
yeah,
they are K-pop bands.
So I'm going to leave you guys. We're going to end the podcast with this, which I feel is a very, very good example of how success rides not just on the music.
Yeah.
So in 2000 and I cannot remember. I want to say 2014 or 15.
Not too long
there
ago.
was JYP, the entertainment company.
Yeah.
They launched this show called 16. Right. And so what it was a variety show where the trainees in their company, there was like 20 girls in there. The trainees in the company would compete to make it to the finals, and the final maybe like 5
will get a group,
would become a group. Like they would debut as a girl group.
Yeah. So just know, right? That's freaking genius.
That's genius.
You're already gonna debut them.
Yeah.
Why don't make a show out of it?
So like Korea was watching this happen, right? And what happened was every week, like you watch someone get eliminated, you watch them do different challenges. They would have to go like variety show challenges, then they have to do song challenges, dancing, learning new stuff, and everyone had a personality. Like they had enough camera time for you to get to know them. And even then, I had my favorites, right? I had my favorites, and I had no idea if these girls were ever going to debut as a group.
Did some of them not make it?
Some of them did not make it.
Okay.
But long story short, after like how many weeks, right? These girls, like they ended up to be like 9 of them. They got chosen, and they debuted like half a year later as Twice.
And that debut
was one of the biggest debuts in a long time.
No, it is the biggest debut of K-pop history.
For a band that people had not even heard a song yet.
Yeah.
The amount of support and excitement for it was insane.
Yeah, we call them rookie groups, right? Because they just debuted.
Yeah.
No one knows. They moved on from just being a rookie group to being the top debut rookie group. They won literally almost all the awards with one song.
They did, yeah.
The image role, Zuyu, became what is known as the rookie killer. Is it?
She was.
Single-handedly, every advertisement in Korea wanted her.
Yeah. And she wasn't even like 18 yet.
She's not even, oh my gosh, 14, 15?
At that time, she was like 15.
They didn't even look for like the seniors anymore. It was just her.
Yeah.
And that is how you literally kill the whole industry.
So, for me, I think maybe just to wrap it up, what happened for me was that I was so invested into the stories of all of these trainees, right? That I saw their struggle, I saw their desire to win and want to be a singer and all that. And then even before I knew what the group name was, even before I heard their song,
You were already on
I
for
was
the ride.
sold. I was on for the ride, and that's where I've been ever since, And so I think for everyone who's kind of still like, maybe like, I don't know, K-pop isn't for me. I think it's fine. I think like just how MingH doesn't watch Game of Thrones, how I've still not touched an episode of Black Mirror. They're just things that we haven't dived into.
And I will be honest, as compared to Game of Thrones, K-pop, a song is just 3 minutes.
A song is just 3 minutes.
We were talking about this before the show. Like, hey, what's there to lose? If you don't like the song, don't like the song.
But you don't. The thing is, I think you have to watch the music video. You cannot just listen to the music.
A big part of K-pop is their music video.
It's the music video.
But we were saying like, if you don't like the song, it's fine. There's always another song. But hey, take a chance on K-pop. What's there to lose? Because if you do like it, you've just found even more reasons to be happy on this planet.
Yeah.
To enjoy this
We were
life,
just
right?
joking about it. I was like, there's no harm in trying new things. So for me, even I'm going to probably watch an episode of Black Mirror soon.
Yeah.
I think the thing with trying new things, we'll probably just leave you with this one. Whether it's K-pop, whether it's Game of Thrones, whether it's skydiving or like,
Oh my Lord.
MMA, I don't know what it is. Just think about it this way. If you do like it, there's just another reason for you to like life more.
If you enjoy it, you enjoy life more.
If you don't, then it's just
It's okay, just
so
move
what?
on to the next thing.
Yeah, just move on to the
At
next
least you
thing.
tried it, and you can tell people like, hey, I tried it, not for me.
Yeah, let us know if you guys enjoyed this podcast and what are your thoughts about K-pop. If you want us to talk more about this topic, we'd definitely love to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely find a lot more people who love to talk about this topic. But thanks for listening in. I hope you picked something up.
Yeah.
You took something away, and you have a bit more knowledge to talk about your friends who are the crazy ones who buy merchandise and go for concerts.
Yeah.
At least now you know a little bit more about their lives and the effect of
And why they like this.
everything on
That's
them. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for listening in. Tag us if you're listening. Tell us what your takeaway is. Man, it's been a good one. Take care.
See ya.